Things are gonna get a lot better around here once I'm in charge.
Yeah! Things are about to get awesome! High five!
Hey everyone, and welcome to the first ever Jimmy vs. Games, where I'm going to talk about video games, but by that title it sounds like I should be fighting them. First off, I want to talk about Smash Bros. For the 3DS. Back before it was out, when they were doing the beta, a lot of people were playing it, and there was an article that I saw where people were actually breaking their joysticks, and when I saw that I was like, holy crap. So when I got the real game when it came out, I was very careful, and I can see how people were probably getting into it and just flicking the thing around like crazy, because when you do like smash attacks and stuff like that, you're gonna hit it really hard. But I guess from seeing that article, I was a little bit easier on it, and I feel like I can't really get into this game on the 3DS as much as I could if it was for the Wii U, and I'm definitely going to be getting it for the Wii U. But it's fun to be able to take around with you and on the go, but I really think that you can't really fight as hard as you should be able to fight on the 3DS because of how the controls are. The 3DS feels very delicate when you're playing Smash because of how Smash is. You're flicking the controller around and everything. But anyways, it's pretty fun. There's a lot of characters in this one. A lot of characters. It's when you're trying to complete it with everybody, it's pretty hard. And so far, I really like some of the new additions. Like Robin's fun. I like that Charizard's his own character now. And there's just so many good characters. I can't really name them off because I like them all. The only one I hate is Wario. I really don't like Wario. Anyways, the next thing we're going to talk about is somebody is remaking Ocarina of Time in the style of A Link to the Past. I'm going to put a link in the bottom in the description. There's a demo for it, and there's an article about it. It's pretty cool. It's Ocarina of Time and like Link to the Past style, and the music is a little bit more 8-bit and everything. So these fans are doing a pretty good job putting that together. And if you want to check it out, go play the demo there. And everybody knows I'm a Zelda fan, so I'll probably be playing that. A lot of good games have been coming out recently, and I haven't been able to play any of them. I wish I could play them all. But anyways, what have been coming out is the Sherlock Holmes game, Crimes and Punishment, and Shadows of Mordor is out. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and that game just looks awesome. I love how you can kind of create your own story while going through the story, like whenever you meet enemies and they kind of remember you, and you forge a story within a story, and how everything merges together. I think it's a really cool concept, and it's been getting really good reviews, and I really want to play that game. Another thing that's been coming out is The Evil Within, and from what I've read, it's pretty scary, but they didn't really do a good job porting it to the PC. They really focused more on console. But hopefully there'll be some mods coming out for it soon, and we'll see if they can improve the PC version to what it should be on the PC. And another great game that's been coming out is Borderlands, the pre-sequel. That game looks a lot of fun. There's 4 new characters in there, and Claptrap is one of them, and I think he's always been like one of the fan favorites, and he's really funny, so I really want to play that game. I think out of those 4 games, the ones I want to play the most is Borderlands 2, or not Borderlands 2, Borderlands the prequel, and Shadows of Mordor. The other 2 I kind of want to play, but I can wait. I can wait down the line when they're on sale, on Steam sale for like $3, and then I'll play them because I love Steam sales. Yes, $3 games, why not? Anyways, let's talk about JvG Galaxy. Sadly, the beta signups have ended. And what this is JvG.com. I'm sure most of you know what that is. They actually are creating their own online community gaming platform. And it seems pretty cool because JvG, you know, is DRM free. And in Steam, if you have a game on Steam, if you're offline, you can't play it unless you've been online and then went offline. With JvG, you don't have to be online to play it. I mean, of course, you have to be online to play with other people, but you don't have to be online to play your games, and that's what's awesome about it. Because I can't tell you how many times my like internet's cut out or power's cut out and something's going on, and all I want to do is play a game, but because I'm not connected to the internet, I can't play it, and it's kind of bullshit if you ask me. And that's why JvG is coming out with this service, and it's going to be awesome. Let's talk about some indie games. There's some pretty interesting indie games coming out. The first one I want to talk about is this one called Tribal and Error. You're this robot that's been set back to the cavemen, and you're helping these cavemen through the Ice Age, but you can't talk to them at the beginning. So what you do is you're learning their language and you're learning to talk with them, and then you can give them orders and just help them survive the Ice Age. It's a pretty cool puzzle and learning game, and it looks kind of interesting. We'll have to see when it comes out. There's a demo for that you can download. I'll put the link for the demo in the description. Next on the list is a game called Titan Souls. It's a game where you have a single arrow and you resummon it with the same button that you use to shoot it, and that's the only attack you have, is you're shooting an arrow, and you're going through these series of boss fights, and you have to kind of trial and error how they work and what to do, because if you get hit, you die and you have to respawn. Like, you can't get hit at all, so there's a lot of dying and respawning and dying and respawning and learning what the bosses do and learning their weaknesses, and then you're shooting this arrow, and you're kind of shooting this arrow and dodging the abilities while you're trying to summon it back, because when you're resummoning your arrow, you can't move. So it's about positioning and learning what the bosses do and where to shoot. And that game seems pretty fun, because boss fights have always been I think the funnest things about video games, and this is kind of cutting out all the BS and just going straight to the fun. And it could be kind of hard with the one hit and you're dead kind of thing, so that could be frustrating, but it seems like it'll be a lot of fun. Next I want to talk about is a game on Kickstarter called Ethereal. Ethereal is a game about a spirit that must relive his traumatic memories and avoid hellhounds and traverse against challenging puzzles. It's a puzzle game, and the main ability is flipping, which is changing gravity, going up and down, of course. It's almost like VVVV if you guys have played that. And there's a bunch of other abilities. One is called Messiah? It's a fog-like form? I don't know. It's got haunting, possessing animals, and guiding, which is leading other spirits and using their assistance, and a bunch more that's supposed to be revealed later. The game looks pretty good, and if you guys want to check that out, it's on Kickstarter, and I'll have the link to the Kickstarter in the description, and you guys can just read up on it there and see what you guys think of it. The next game I want to talk about is a game called Rebel Galaxy, and it's described as a swashbuckling space adventure. And it's from the devs of Diablo and Torchlight. It's a space sandbox game where you can kind of choose what you're going to do with how you do it. You know, that's what sandbox is. But there's going to be some pretty epic dogfights from what I've seen, and I love big explosions and big fights. I've seen a lot of other space games like Elite Dangerous and the other one that everybody's looking forward to. Yeah, that one. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, those games look interesting, but they're a long way out, and I don't know how close this one is to finishing, but from what I've seen, I like the battles in this one a lot more because of how everything kind of plays together. Well, you'll see it. There's a really good interview from Polygon. I'm going to put the link to that in the bottom, and they talk with the devs, and they talk about the game, and you can just read a lot of information on this game if you want to learn more. And just so everybody knows, everything in this episode I'm going to have in the description. There's going to be links to everything so you can see. And the last thing on the list I want to talk about is Final Fantasy 13 is now out on PC, and they actually ported it and made it locked to 720p. Can you believe that? They're coming out for PC and they locked it at 720p. Well, anyways, there's a mod that's been coming out there's a mod out the day after that breaks it, so it's 1080p now, and they added depth of field, and it just overall the game makes the game look better. So if you guys are interested in the Final Fantasy 13 for the computer, there is a mod out to make it look better for you guys. Well, that's the first episode of JvG vs. Games. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing this, so I'll probably be doing it whenever I can, whenever there's things to talk about. I might change it up a little bit, change the style, do whatever. So if you guys have suggestions, leave them in the comments, see what I can do better. If you have any games that you think I should talk about, leave those in the comments as well. Hit like if you liked it, and please subscribe, guys. It'll help me out, and I'll be continue to make these every time you guys subscribe. It puts a little smile on my face. So I hope you guys liked this episode, and I will catch you in the next one. Look at my hand glowing. My hand, it looks like I'm glowing, or I have some kind of power. It's like I'm radiating light. And it's a space sandbox. I've been looking it up, some of the what do you want to say? How do I say this? I've been looking up. I've been looking up the description of the game.